The Capra goats live in some of the most difficult and dangerous mountain habitats on the face of the earth. To complete a Capra World Slam of 12 from the above-mentioned list is one of the most difficult, physically challenging accomplishments in the mountain hunting world. Tonight, we want to honor several individuals who have reached this milestone, and we'll begin tonight's Capra presentations with a father and son. First up is Humberto Cavazos Jr. of Florida, who will begin with his mid-Asian ibex from Kyrgyzstan, taken in November 2016. Humberto traveled to BC in 2017 to get his American mountain goat, and in 2019 he scored on a Great Kuban Western Tour in Russia. Finally, you see Humberto with his Persian Desert Ibex from Iran, taken in February 2020, to round out his presentation here tonight. Well, not to be outdone, Humberto Cavazos Sr. of Florida reached number 12 on the Capra World Slam list in February 2020 when he took a Persian Desert Ibex in Iran. Humberto Sr. has both the New Zealand Tar and Chamois, which he took in July 2006, and will finish his presentation with a pair of trophies from Austria. In December 2018, Humberto took both the Alpine Ibex and Chamois found there. Albert Fusella of France is up next for Capra World Slam recognition, and he completed that milestone in 2017 with a Ronda Ibex from Spain. Backing up, Albert connected on a mid-Asian Ibex in Kyrgyzstan in 2007, and in 2011, he traveled to New Zealand to get a fine tar. We'll finish up by showing you the impressive Bukaran Markor from Tajikistan that Albert took in 2014. Next, we'd like to call Pennsylvania's Frank Greiner to the stage to receive his Capra World Slam. Kicking off Frank's presentation here tonight, we want to show two of his three Markor. The Suleiman was first, and he took it in January 2015 on a hunt in Pakistan. The following month, Frank also scored on a Bukaran Markor as well. Frank's Balkan Chamois from Croatia came in October 2018, and he achieved the Capra World Slam in November 2021 by taking all four Ibex found in Spain. We chose his burritos to highlight those. We're pleased to recognize Safari Club International CEO Laird Hamberlin of Tennessee for achieving his Capra World Slam. You saw one of Laird's earliest Capra entries, a Mercedes Ibex from Spain taken in 2002. Laird traveled to France in October 2013 and was successful in taking an Alpine Chamois. Laird reached numbers 11 and 12 on the Capra World Slam in October 2021 on a return trip to Spain, where he got both a Ronda and Southeastern Ibex. It was a multi-species hunt in Spain back in December 2022, where David Houghton of Texas took his last two species needed for the Capra World Slam, a Mercedes and Gritos Ibex. Dave started his Capra World Slam journey back in 1997 with the American mountain goat that you see here. And finally, you see David with one of his two Capra trophies from New Zealand, the Chamois, which he took back in July 2003. Next, we'd like to invite Craig Kaufman of Pennsylvania to the stage to receive his Capra World Slam. Like many others, Craig began his quest toward an eventual Capra World Slam with an American mountain goat. Craig added both the New Zealand Tar and Chamois to his growing Capra list in June of 2006, and in November 2012, he traveled to Spain and was successful in taking both the Gritos and Mercedes Ibex. Craig reached number 12 on the Capra list in November 2022 after taking our Carpathian Chamois in Romania. Number 12 on the Capra World Slam list for Michigan's Tom Niederer was a Sind Ibex from Pakistan taken in February 2022. Backing up, Tom took both a New Zealand Chamois and Tar in June of 2017. And in November of the same year, he scored on a great Bizor Ibex in Turkey. To finish up, we'll show you Tom's Dagestan Eastern Turf from Azerbaijan, which he got in October 2019. Michael Runyon of Florida actually achieved his Capra World Slam back in 2014 with a Mercedes Ibex from Spain. Michael took both the New Zealand Chamois and Tar back in 2001 as two of his earliest Capra entries. Next up, you see Michael with the Sind Ibex he got in Pakistan back in 2013, and that same year he traveled to Turkey and was successful in taking fine Bizor Ibex. It was an Alpine Chamois from Austria taken in October 2019 that earned Archie Joe Smith of Arizona the Capra World Slam. Archie Joe began his quest for the eventual Capra World Slam in June 2013 with another Chamois, this being the New Zealand Chamois. The following year, Archie Joe connected on an American mountain goat of British Columbia. And we'll finish up with his great Gritos Ibex from Spain, taken in March 2014. Next, we'd like to invite Alden Thurn of Alaska to the stage to receive his Capra World Slam. We'll begin by showing one of Alden's earliest trophies, an Alpine Ibex from Switzerland, taken in October 2011. Next, you see Alden with an American mountain goat from his home state of Alaska, taken in September 2019. Alden has all 4 Ibex in both chamois from Spain, and we chose his Pyrenean chamois to highlight those. In November 2022, Alden traveled to Greece and was successful in completing his Capra World Slam with the Cree Ibex. It was on a multi-species hunt in Mongolia back in July 2022 where Lyle Wood of Alberta took his 11th and 12th Capra species, the Gobi and Altai Ibex. Backing up, Lyle collected on the Great Dagestan Eastern Tour in June of 2019. In November 2019, Lyle traveled to Kyrgyzstan where he got a mid-Asian Ibex. We'll round out tonight's presentation by showing you Lyle's Himalayan Tar taken from Nepal in April of 2018. That completes Group 1. There are those who continue to hunt the difficult Capra goats even after their original 12. For the tough of mind and body who do this, there are the milestones of the Capra World Slam Super 20 and Super 30. And we'll honor some of those people here tonight. We're pleased to recognize Antal Beck of Hungary for achieving his Capra Super 20. Antal has all 3 turf found in the Caucasus Mountains, and we chose his Kuban Western turf taken in 2008 to highlight those. In 2010, Antal traveled to BC where he took an American mountain goat. Antal has taken 2 Markhor, and we chose his Bukoran to show here. As for the Ibex, Antal took both a Sind and Himalayan Ibex in February 2022 on a hunt in Pakistan to achieve his Capra Super 20. Next, we call Rusty Brines of California to the stage to receive his Capra Super 20 award. Rusty finished his Capra Super 20 on a trip to Pakistan in February 2022 when he collected a Sind Ibex. Backing up, you see Rusty with his Pyrenean chamois from Spain, taken in 2016. He traveled to Bulgaria in October 2021 to get the Balkan chamois, and that same month Rusty hunted in Kyrgyzstan to get his mid-Asian Ibex. We'll close out Rusty's presentation tonight with his Himalayan Ibex from Pakistan, taken in February 2022. California's Danny Donnell is up next to receive his Capra Super 20 award. Danny's 20th Capra entry was an Alpine Ibex from Austria, taken in August 2022. Back in 2013, Danny hunted in Romania and was successful in taking the Carpathian chamois. That same year, he also connected with a Sind Ibex in Pakistan. In November 2018, Danny made his way to Greece in pursuit of the Cree Ibex. We'll finish up with Danny's Chartreuse chamois from France, which he got in September 2019. Next up, we call Madeline Damaski of Colorado to the stage to receive her Capra Super 20 award. Maddie reached numbers 19 and 20 on the Capra list while on a multi-species hunt in France back in February 2022. There she took both the Furcourse and Chartreuse chamois. Backing up, Maddie hunted Alpine Ibex in Switzerland back in 2015 and took a great one there. Moving closer to the present, Madeline did another multi-species hunt in Tajikistan in January of 2021 and found success in both a great mid-Asian Ibex as well as the highly desirable Bukoran Markhor to round out her presentation here tonight. Numbers 19 and 20 for Bob Keiji of California with a Cree Ibex and Cree Hybrid Ibex from Greece, taken in October 2022, which earned him the Capra Super 20. We'll head back to 1992 and show you the Altai Ibex Bob took on a hunt in Mongolia. Bob was one of the first hunters to document a takin when GSCO added it to the Capra list. His golden takin from China was taken back in 2001. Finally, you see Bob with his Sind Ibex from Pakistan, taken in January 2018. Next, we call Michael Marinelli of Georgia to the stage to receive his Capra Super 20. Mike has really been after the world's Capra species lately to reach this milestone. He saw his Persian Desert Ibex first. He took it back in March 2017. Mike has all the Capra species found in Spain, including the Ronda Ibex shown here. In March 2022, Mike traveled to Turkey, where he connected on a fine Bizor Ibex. Number 19 on the list for Mike was a Chartreuse Chamois from France, taken in November 2022, and on that same trip, he made his way over to Macedonia and was successful in taking a Cri hybrid Ibex as number 20 on his Capra list. It was a 22-year journey from start to finish for Arizona's Bo Morgan to complete his Capra Super 20, which began with a New Zealand Tar and Chamois taken in May 2000. In June 2010, Bo traveled to Azerbaijan to get his Dagestan Eastern Tour. Bo has taken most of the world's Chamois, and we chose his Cantabrian from Spain, taken in May 2019, to show next. Speaking of Spain, Bo has taken all 6 Capra species found there, and you see his Gritos Ibex from March 2022 here. Bo achieved his Capra Super 20 in August 2022 on a hunt in Mongolia, where he scored on a fine Altai Ibex. Our last Capra Super 20 to recognize tonight is Jay Wolfenden of Wisconsin. He reached number 20 in September 2021 for the Gobi Ibex taken in Mongolia. 2016 was a busy year for Jay. In October, he traveled to France to get a Chartreuse Chamois, then hunted in Switzerland for the Alpine Ibex you see here. The following month, Jay was in Serbia. He took a Carpathian Chamois. We'll finish up by showing you Jay's Low Tatra Chamois from Slovakia, which he took in December 2018. That completes this group. Now for the Capra Super 30 recipients. First up for Capra Super 30 recognition is California's Mike Burrell. Mike began his quest for the eventual Capra Super 30 back in 1989 with an American mountain goat from Alaska. Mike has taken practically all the huntable ibex, including the Altai and Gobi from Mongolia, which he collected in August of 2006. Mike took a pair of mid-Asian ibex from the Pamir Mountains of Tajikistan in November 2007, and in 2010, he traveled to Switzerland, where he took a great Alpine Ibex. Moving closer to the present, Mike hunted in Spain in March 2022 to get his Mallorcan wild goat, and in September 2022, he took the Vercors Chamois found in France. Jim Lines of Texas began his quest for an eventual Capra Super 30 back in 2012 with an American mountain goat from Alaska. In 2016, Jim hunted in Spain, where he was successful in taking a great Pyrenean Chamois. That same year, Jim made his way to Turkey and collected the Bizor Ibex that you see here. Moving along, Jim scored on a mid-Asian Ibex in Kyrgyzstan in October 2019. Jim is one of the few individuals to have all 4 huntable Markhor, and we chose his Aster from Pakistan, taken in January 2022, to represent those. Jim achieved his Capra Super 30 in August of 2022 on a hunt in New Zealand. We collected on both the Chamois and Tar found there. George Latham Myers II of West Virginia achieved his Capra Super 30 in November 2022 with a Low Tatra Chamois from Slovakia. Latham's first Capra species was an American mountain goat from British Columbia, which he got back in 1995. Latham has all 3 turf the Caucasus Mountains, including the Kuban Western Turf, taken in 2010. Latham traveled to Nepal in 2010, where he had collected the highly desirable Himalayan tar. Moving closer to the present, you see Latham with one of his Ibex from Mongolia, the Altai Ibex taken in 2015. And we'll round out Latham's presentation here tonight with his Cri Ibex from Greece, taken in December 2021. Russia's Sergei Yastrzemski reached number 30 on the Capra list in December 2019 on a hunt in Iran, where he took a Persian Desert Ibex. Sergei has taken 2 Caucasian Chamois over the years, but his first came in July 2002 from his home country of Russia. Sergei traveled to Spain in December 2009 and took both a Cantabrian and Pyrenean Chamois. Sergei has taken all 3 turf found in the Caucasus Mountains, and we chose his Kuban Western turf to represent those. Sergei traveled to Tajikistan's Pamir Mountains in 2018 to get the mid-Asian Ibex found there. And we'll finish up, I'll show you one of Sergei's Ibex from Spain, the Ronda, which he got on a hunt back in 2021. To date, only 4 individuals have ever reached the milestone of the Capra Super 40, and we have one of those recipients to recognize here tonight. Jose Pepe Madraza of Spain has won practically every major hunting award in the world, including the Ovis, the Conklin Award, and the Weatherby Award. Obviously, Pepe is no stranger to adventurous hunts in remote locations. You've been seeing some of Pepe's earlier and rarer trophies on the big screen, including his Pyrenean Chamois from his home country of Spain, taken in 1980. Pepe has both the Golden and Sichuan Tonkin from China, taken in 2006, as well as the Sirao and Gorao from China, also taken in 2006. Pepe traveled to Sudan in 2008 to get his Nubian Ibex, and will finish up Pepe's Capra Super 40 presentation by showing you one of his Markhor. This Astro Markhor from Pakistan was taken in March of 2013. That completes all of our Capra awards for this evening. Let's give them all one more big round of applause.